Hi guys, Brian here. Today I'm talking about the brand new A6300, which is the replacement for my NEX5R. If you guys haven't seen already, click that link to check out that review. This was pretty much the best vlogging camera you could have for the longest while. And this is the upgrade, the A6300. As you can see, the body style is a little bit different. The NEX5R is a little bit smaller, and this one is more similar to the A6000. I tried the A6000, but I thought the image quality actually wasn't that much better than the NEX5R. But now, this image is amazing. This camera here has a 6K sensor, which downreses it to 4K, so you get really crisp looking images. Not to mention, you also get S-Log2 and S-Log3, which are picture profiles that are more flat, so you can actually get more dynamic range, and you can make your images look way more cinematic that way. So let's talk about what I like about the camera. First thing I like about the camera is that the build quality is very, very good. The buttons feel good, everything clicks and everything presses with nice positive feedback. The overall size of the camera is very, very compact. Compared to the NEX5R, it's a little bit bigger, but it's actually pretty light. You can carry it anywhere. You can put it on a stabilizer, or you can use it for a lot of run and gun situations. I put this onto the Ronin M and I filmed some cars, and I felt like I got some really good results. The second thing that I do like about this camera is that you have 4K. 4K is massive because if you're finishing in 1080, you can actually crop in on the image, and it gives you way more creative options that way. The third thing that I like about it is that this is the Sony E-mount. So pretty much you can adapt anything you want to this camera. You can use E-mount lenses, you can put an adapter and put a speed booster, or use any of the Sony glass. The fourth thing is that the onboard microphone is actually pretty decent. Before on the NEX5R, you would have to put, the external microphone to really get some solid sound quality, but the built-in sound on this camera is actually pretty decent. Pretty good audio straight out of the box.
Is that Tinder?
Let's move on to what I don't like about this camera. And the first thing is that the battery life is so-so. If you're recording 4K, this camera will just eat through batteries, so make sure you have some spares. The second thing that I don't like about it is that even though the internal mic is pretty good, the one thing it doesn't perform very well in is, of course, when there's wind. So the only way to fix that is to probably get the stereo microphone and put a little dead cat on it, or getting the XLR breakout box and doing some other professional audio solutions into it. Finally, the third thing, for you vloggers out there, the screen only flips up this much and also that much, which is not as convenient as the NEX5R, which had that front-facing screen. But if you have a wide enough lens and you just put in a little bit of practice, you usually can figure out where the frame is, so that also is something you can overcome. Okay, so what's next? What am I gonna do with the camera, and what am I gonna upgrade and make this better? Well, pretty much the first thing I'm gonna be looking into is getting some better ND. What ND is it's a neutral density filter, which means it's sunglasses for the lens, because this camera in bright daylight, actually it's just way too bright for the sensor, and you'll have to compensate using for shutter speed, which makes your images a little choppy. So I'm gonna have to look into finding some better ND solution for my lenses and the E-mount lenses that I own. The second thing that I'm planning to do is to save up for a 3-axis stabilized gimbal, something smaller like the Came Single or anything that's in that pistol grip configuration, because I want to have something for vlogs that I can easily use and pass it to a friend and continue filming that way. So that would be really, really awesome. Finally, the last thing that I would like to upgrade is to get the XLR breakout box so I can run XLR audio in. Since I might be using this camera for a lot more B camera or even A camera on this YouTube channel, I really want to have professional audio to really get the best sound quality out of this camera. But the thing is that XLR breakout box is pretty expensive, and it's almost half the price of this camera. You have to kind of decide whether or not it's worth it. And for me, I just got to save a little bit more money, and then I'll get that, and it'll be a great, great addition to the camera. Okay, so all in all, this camera, the A6300, is a fantastic camera. It is small enough to be used for vlogging, and it's also powerful enough to be used for filmmaking. It's incredible how small Sony has created their cameras now. I mean, even when the NEX5R first came out, I was astounded because this gave image quality better than those DSLRs like the 7D or the 5D, and it was in a way smaller package. But now, Sony has done it again with a smaller camera that actually does 4K and has professional options like S-Log2 and S-Log3 for all you filmmakers who want to get the best image quality out of the camera. So it's not super expensive, and it really shows that anyone now can go out and buy a camera that is more than decent enough to make short films and create awesome vlogs. The only thing limiting you now is your imagination and your composition and your storytelling. So I highly recommend you guys go out and pick up one of these Alpha 6300s and just go out and start shooting. Because I know that I'm going to be taking this one and doing a lot of shooting on this one. That's better. Let me know if you have any comments or questions in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer them. And be sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you want to watch more things that will be shot on this camera for sure. So until next time, I am Brian from Life of Bri, and thanks for watching. Peace out. Chickadee check one, chickadee check one, chickadee check one. Okay. Today I'm talking about the brand new NEX5R again. No, this is the NEX5R. I will catch you guys next time. Peace out for now. And the microphone's in the frame. Oh my gosh.